Let's see if this works.
It's only one way to spell collective.
Ooh, let me get some headphones. Hey guys, just so you know,
Yeah.
we might be live. Just to say it out loud. On try if you can try going to my
just so you know,
my YouTube.
Yeah.
we might be live.
Oh, so this is on YouTube?
Say it out loud. On
Facebook.
So the idea is to go to my YouTube and copy the link and then say, hey, you know, this is the link.
Okay.
Are you hearing yourself again, Matthew? I think I spelled your last name.
Like
I got it.
a video loop audio.
Oh, here it is. We are
cluster.
live. Yeah, I'm looking at you. This is really weird. I need to stop at this.
Like, whoa, there's some crazy distortion going on right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
And where's the link, Matthew?
Go to his Facebook.
I got it. Never mind. Got it.
Okay. So it is live. And the link is. Where can I share it?
I got it. It's under the 3 dots when you go to your, your YouTube page. You know, a little menu to the right, and then you can copy it. Thanks for doing all this, Matthew.
There, I just chatted it to the Zoom. I'm trying, man. I'm hearing everything that you guys say or do 4 or 5 times. Like, it comes from the YouTube, it comes from the. We have 2 people watching.
It's probably me, you and me.
I have 2 people watching, and that's just off of YouTube. And now I don't know where the other one's coming from. How do I mute this? Oh yeah, it's probably us. Okay, so it's me live. My Safari is so outdated that it doesn't like show me the video. Whoops. I think I just got rid of it, didn't I? Fuck. Fucking Safari. I think I just got rid of it.
Oh, really?
Wait. Let's see if it's still going or it's just like backtracking. Hey,
on
Will.
YouTube?
Yeah, on.
You need to watch it? Is that what you're saying?
Hey, it's still maybe going. No?
Oh, here it is. I'm gonna refresh it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay, yeah, I can see. Yeah, I can see you guys.
Still maybe going. No? So I just refreshed it and you guys are still there. So what's happen if we copy that link?
Just checking it out online, please. I just put something on Facebook and on that YouTube page. Thank you.
Ooh, let me check Milton. Will, did you put it in your status?
No more?
No?
It's almost time. Eric is going to check it out right now.
Great. Whoa, That sound was fucking crazy. Was that you, Will, on purpose?
Nobody knows you.
Is that you, Milton?
No, that's not me. It's
Did
Will.
you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
That's Will.
You got it? Yeah. Yeah, Erica's got it all. It's all up and running, guys.
Snap. Well, great.
Right.
So, Will, what'd you do today?
I did some homework, and I went for a really long 10-mile bike ride through the French Quarter, and, down to Frenchman Street, and up to the Bywater, and then it was pretty cool. And then ate some dinner. And now I'm here.
Nice.
Yeah. Matthew.
Nice. Oh, this is hilarious. The sounds I'm hearing. Oops. Oh man, Will Smith.
Oh, Will Smith, Karen's boy?
Yeah, I accidentally just tagged him instead of Will Thompson.
Ah,
Isn't that hilarious?
that's my neighbors. Remember that?
I know. That's why I said his name out loud, because I knew that we both knew him. He was my trumpet student.
Yeah, he was my drum student.
Oh yeah, he did like marching band stuff.
And then Miss Karen taught me 9-finger piano.
There you go. Might as well.
She taught me how to what was that doctor's name that taught beginning piano?
UNO, you mean?
Yeah.
We're talking about
Dr. Rose.
Williams.
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. That's
She's
right.
still right there. She's still teaching there.
Is she?
Yeah. I get like emails from her, like Metairie, like club, old piano teacher stuff.
Do you know my story about Dr. Robin Williams?
No.
About
Well,
how
you should tell it.
On the first day of piano class, I was like,
On the first day of piano class?
I don't have finger number 3 on my right hand. What do I do?
They're all numbered 1 through 5. Yeah.
She's like, I don't know. And I was like, well, it seems like I'm going to need different right hand fingerings than the rest of the class. She's like, yeah, it would seem so. And I was like, well, will you help me write those? And she's like, no. And I was like, what? I was like, I'm a dyslexic drummer with 9 fingers, and I got to write on my right hand. And so then my right hand ends up being better than my left hand because I was so freaked out about it sucking.
Probably hiding in the library somewhere trying to figure that stuff out. Well, I used to always find Milton at the library. He was so hardcore in the studying. Like he would go to like the third floor and like find the most isolated. And then I would find him. And he would freak out and pack his stuff up without saying anything and have to go find a new spot to study and start all over again.
Oh, it's so true.
And I guess I usually call you to your second spot because I would just be mean, right?
That's I got that from Sal, just so you know.
Okay.
Sorry, I haven't been around for the last 15 seconds.
That's all right. We've just been keeping it quiet. Just kind of waiting.
I don't even know like how to tell. If people
Okay.
listening.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I realized I posted saying that we were live, and I didn't put the link in there.
We got the link in there.
Yeah.
I will. That's my boy right there.
Yeah. Oh no! Stop.
Ooh, what is that flutter? That's crazy. I want to make that sound.
That's Will on purpose, right?
No, that was not. That was me
accidentally
streaming us while we're doing this, which makes it weird.
Oh, right. Okay.
Back to the...
Well, I want to make that sound intentionally, Matt.
This is like the the around 40 years old, like jazz musician, comedy hour. You know, which has its validity, I guess. There you go. Have you seen Dave King's whole like talking and ranting about the badoom cha?
I haven't. No, I haven't.
He has this one rant where it's just like, what I do is like, before the punchline, before the joke's even over, just like interrupt it. So I went to the market and you couldn't believe what I saw. It was like, oh, well, but he has like 20 different versions of the Doom Cha that are for different reasons.
Jeremy has great stories about Dave King. Apparently, the guy's like a comic genius.
Apparently, he's like Rational Funk, but all the time.
Right, like that's how he is.
That's how he is. Because I've seen him do some solo shows and interviews and like talking in between solo sets, and that's just how he talks.
He goes from idea to idea that quickly.
They're all hilarious.
Clearly.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's some fresh air.
I have a friend who's kind of like that actually too. He's not like that 100 all the time, but he's hilarious, like just whenever. And he's also a drummer.
Nice.
How do you do where like it switches back and forth between whoever's talking?
Oh, that's the speaker view.
Speaker view?
Okay.
Right now I'm in gallery view. Ooh, this is better. Oh, this is now you can see all of us at the same time. That's better, right?
I mean, I've got mine set up a different way.
Yeah, but if I'm the one broadcasting. Okay, so now I have the one where we're 3 equals. I'm glad that we didn't promote this show.
Somebody named Erica Pompa just reacted to.
She's badass.
What did she say?
She's badass. She probably said something badass. Where can you see the chat? Let me see the chat. I don't see no chat. You know the other funny thing you could do is I could put this link of this video online somehow and just have whoever wants to join.
Dude, that's a wild online party.
Let's see.
That's real free jazz. That's real. Yeah. That's improvisation.
The problem is if I do that and then 0 people show up, it's hilarious.
But not in the right way.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try it because then I can always just deny them if they suck. And mute them, Oh, comment on all of you guys'.
It's weird.
What? What did you say?
All your comments come through.
This is really this is a good
Russ, we're done.
this is a good session right here. It's a good session right here. We could start.
Yeah, we could play music.
That's true. We could do some music. I'll start with. I haven't plugged in my bass or anything. I'll play other basses and melodicas and percussion. But we can start if you want to start.
Yes, go for it, guys.
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1. It turned out all right, no?
Weird
Just
on my end.
like,
Yeah.
like we rehearsed.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Jazz, right?
What's that, Milton?
It was the Jazz, right?
That was everything and anything that you wanted it to be. So that's good. Should we thank our sponsors?
Yeah.
I mean,
Is that,
we're supposed to
is
at
that
some point in time.
is that our wives?
It's whoever. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're one of them. We have so many. I'd like to thank my wife. Yes. You know, I mean. Will would like to thank Aaron.
Oh yeah.
That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember? I remember. I know Aaron. She came to Rochester with you to visit us.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a while back now.
That was a little while ago. It wasn't that long ago compared to what we're working with right now. I mean, yes, it was a long time ago, but only like half long time ago. You know. And she had us all fooled, Will. She could speak in Spanish to my wife behind our backs. Remember that?
Spanish speakings.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was not cool, but cool.
And the irony that all three of our wives speak Spanish.
What? Dude. I have some weird like echo. Do you guys hear that? You guys hear that? It's like this weird echo or something.
Yeah, it sounds like feet splashing through some puddles.
That's actually what I'm doing. That's actually what I'm doing right now. I just
In the
filled my studio.
Matrix.
You know, might as well. But Milton, to your point, that is wild. And you know what else is wild is that probably our three wives are the only people watching or listening.
Well, good. Then we have full sponsor support.
And they want to hear what we're saying right now. They're the ones that should be hearing what we say.
It's a show about them. Yeah.
So let's see if we can get any. We got a shout out from, is Erica Pampa your wife?
That's who I'm married to, is my wife.
Nice. She gave us some clapping applause on the YouTube.
Thanks,
And then
dude.
Carlos was watching earlier. I don't know if he's still there because, you know, I could see, I could see how the allurement of watching us play live would be interesting, but I could also see that he's gone. But he wrote, and I quote, "Dudes." So,
Dude.
Sounds like something.
Dude.
so that's good.
Very Carlos thing to say.
Yes. Ever since the Corona lockdown thing, I've stopped shaving my legs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got a bad Charlie horse in my leg.
His name's Charlie. That's a weird name for a horse.
Go that frog, man. Who got the frog?
Because what?
The frog.
It's
Who
Matthew.
has a dog? That's like this weird, like, that's how my voice is transmitting over the interwebs. I think. Maybe. Will, you hear it? Interesting. Oh man.
All right, let's play a tune.
Okay, yeah, go. Oh wait, the other sponsor says something like hola muchas chos. Hola muchachos. Hola muchachos.
Oh,
Something like that. I don't know. Must be like
wow.
Different language or something. I don't know.
It is something.
So, I don't know.
All right. Song number 2.
That one's probably going to go instantly to the radio tomorrow.
Going viral has like it's got a new meaning.
It's going to do both. It's going to do both virals. The cheap Mexican beer viral and the internet sensation viral.
It's true.
I wouldn't doubt it. I'll be honest that the last few minutes of me playing acoustic bass, I couldn't hear what you guys were doing.
Kind of cool.
I just figured you'd follow along. My headphones don't reach that far.
It was great.
Good. Today my kids were playing drums a lot.
I caught Ginger playing the drums today.
Nice. What if we do 19-second solos?
Okay.
I don't have a timer. Just pretend like you know what 19 seconds is for COVID-19.
Can we count?
Yes, you should count.
It's my specialty here. Any particular order?
Yeah, everyone at the same time. I'm just kidding. Yeah, let's run down the 3, 4, 1.
Okay.
Are we gonna count or are you gonna count?
I'm gonna count internally.
Ah, yeah, totally. Yeah, you can count. Totally.
Shall I go?
Yeah, you're the 3. You count fast seconds, Milton.
Hey, sometimes my 19s are a little long.
And then also, did you start off with Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath?
It's part of. You got it. You knew it.
All right, so that was the first cover of the day.
Okay.
Second cover in 19 seconds. Number 4. I like this. Very minimalist.
No, this is part of my solo. Oh, no. I lost my sound. I did sound I was trying to play, but
That's good. That's good. That's good, Will. That kind of remind me of Bill Evans a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
That was my favorite shit. This one Bill and Evans used to scream out, "Oh no!"
No.
Oh, yeah.
All right. The one
Oh,
of the
man.
collective.
I'm so nervous now. After all that, you know? Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, go.
Cha-cha, baby. I didn't even think you had that in you, Matthew.
I don't even care about any of y'all.
That was the best one. What are you talking about?
If I had a mic, I would drop it. You know what I'm saying?
Will can drop the mic for you.
Oh, wait. What's this? What's this?
Don't. Ah!
Yep. It's okay. It's a 58. You can take it.
They sound better if you hammer a few nails in.
Totally. Also have this washer.
Yeah, that's a tiny wash. You got a tiny dryer like that too?
This is for my hamster's clothes.
Give it.
Tiny
Will, you
wash.
asking for a dryer?
I was asking if he had a tiny dryer too. If he had a tiny washer.
Ain't no dryers in Argentina yet.
Oh, okay.
Will, you don't even have any kids and you making bad jokes.
Oh yeah.
Wow. I applaud you.
That's weird. But you know what? Seriously, I've never tried.
Tuning to the internet.
It works. Huh. Pretty cool. See if I can bow both parts of the bell. All right. Just the tip.
I was bowing cymbals the other day. My daughter got all upset with me because she plays viola. She's like, "You're not supposed to be doing that, Dad." And I was like, "Oh, baby, I bought this bow just for that reason." She's like, "Why would you do that?"
And you're like, "This is why." Is that cymbal like warbled?
It should be pretty even.
Ah, okay.
But it's kind of hand hammered, so it's got some weird. Shall we try something with you as lead, Matthew, without the headphones on, and we'll accompany you?
Yes.
You want to try something like that?
Yes. Shall I play the
position?
Play the big bass?
You can play. Actually, you can play whatever you want, man. Play whatever you want. But you take the lead, and we'll accompany you.
Well, I mean, it's an excuse because I can't. My headphones for now don't reach that bass now anyway. So it would be
okay.
A legitimate reason to say, you know.
Okay.
Let's follow Matthew. Okay. Ciao.
Beta. He's got pants on. That's great.
Talk about it.
Here's the opening. You ready?
Okay. Yeah. Here we go, Matt. I'm ready.
Here's the opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Matt
guys,
Golden Biscuit on the bass, man.
I'm gonna have to hear y'all tomorrow.
Well, that was beautiful, Matt. Thank you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Playing bass. It's a good session. I'm not looking at any other being distracted. I'm just wondering how much I contemplate on live TV. No. Oh. Thank you, Erica. Muchas gracias, Erica.
Aww.
Dijo que era mi canción favorita.
Aww.
La verdad es, bueno, era sí, más tipo en one key. ¿No? Y yo toqué bajo, ¿viste? Pero bueno. These are good times being with you guys.
Yeah.
And I wish we had done this before. Like, I wish it didn't take this to get us together. You know,
Yeah,
like
really.
it's silly. It's really silly. But you know, also the technology is a little better now. Though 5 years ago it was the same. Kiss the show. Whatever. We're here now. We're doing it. And I think that we would probably be doing it if it weren't public anyway. Like we could or should anyway, you know?
Yeah.
But I think that going public is fun because, you know, hopefully it's entertaining to at least 3. And maybe not even that many.
Otherwise, it's probably pretty interesting if you're just a random person who happens upon it. Let's 3 guys like hanging out and like they play music for a minute and come back.
I mean, I think it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. I was probably into like, oh, what are these guys doing?
Yep. There's a lot of stuff happening out there. I'm glad to be contributing to it, and it's a great. I guess it's a great reason to reconnect with the 3 of us together. Because I think the last time we played a show was, what did we say, 2006?
We played a lot together in 2002 and 3,
Yeah.
and then nothing, and then we played 2 shows in 2006, as far as I remember.
And does anybody still have the Christmas concert that we did, that Christmas show that Matthew hooked up for us?
Ooh, I definitely should look that up. That's one of my favorite versions of Stella, if I remember, or maybe it was Alone Together.
I don't have it anymore. I lost all my mini discs with Katrina.
Oh, it was on mini disc.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Was I the one that recorded it, I guess, then?
I think I did.
Oh, okay.
I think I did, and I think that I do just remember that was a super fun gig. How did I know that guy? Do you guys remember how I knew that guy who hired us? He had this super badass house in the Garden District, I think. It had like an indoor waterfall, and it was just so killing, and had a baby grand piano. And I know that he was gay. It doesn't matter, but I got the gig, right? Like I knew the.
Was it through art, some kind of art connection, not necessarily music? I thought it had something. What was your job at the time? You were gigging and teaching?
I was teaching how to Ziegler music and stuff, but he wasn't like a student or anything like that.
Perhaps the person you were with at the time hooked it up. I don't know.
No, I felt like I knew
him. Yeah, that's right. I think I remember that. Okay, and was it that Tom Sandow passed on it or something?
No, and I don't think it
No?
was when I used to strip at that gay bar on Bourbon Street. It might have been.
You did not.
You guys don't know
Did
about
you?
that. That was like right when I moved there.
Bruh!
It was
Are
for
you
1 week.
serious?
It was in the 800 block of Bourbon Street.
In that 1 week, Matthew
I
made
didn't
enough
actually
money
strip.
to live in
I
New Orleans.
didn't strip. I just danced on the bar, on the first story of the bar, and then on the second floor was the strip club.
Wow.
I just danced on the bar. It was a week, and it was like $1,000 paid in cash.
That was right when you came to town?
Right when I moved to town, probably in like November of 2001. I had already been there for a month, and then my then girlfriend decided she needed some space, and so she moved to Spain for 3 months because her sister was living there. And I was living with this drummer that I had known from North Carolina, who I really loved, and we moved down there together with my girlfriend at the time. And
he's the guy that you lived with who had, you guys were like always working out and stuff, like in your apartment or whatever.
that was on Britannia.
Yeah.
That was Joe. That was like a guy who was 10 or 12 years older than me, and he was ex-military. Because I did have a job right when I moved there. I worked at Radisson Inn, like Bourbon and name some of the streets. Bourbon and the Ramada Inn maybe.
Oh, on Canal.
No, I was on Bourbon. It was right across the street from the guy who always plays that song, like what's that song he plays? They play the same set every night. They all do on Bourbon Street, but maybe it was the Radisson. And it had like, it was a Bourbon Street type balcony type hotel that even in November, December, when it was winter and there was no Mardi Gras, I was still seeing boobies that I didn't want to see because they were still throwing beads off of balconies in December when it had nothing to do with Mardi Gras. And then like the what's the football event, the college football event that's always there?
The Sugar Bowl?
Sugar Bowl was there that year. Maybe even the Super Bowl was there that year. Of course, Gay Pride Parade was there. I worked there for a few months, and I saw quite a bit of unsolicited nudity.
No, I didn't know that, Matthew. I feel like I'm connecting with you even more, man.
And then maybe one day I'll tell the story on how I illegally made a good amount of money letting people into the Radisson without the Radisson knowing for Mardi Gras that year.
Bruh.
Yeah. But I don't know if I should do that right now. But I made some good bank and some other good things that ride with bank. And
then wait, Matthew, didn't correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we meet at didn't we sit in together at a Jesse Lewis gig at the Firehouse? Is that how we met?
I don't remember the name of the place.
Was that you?
Was it what?
Was that you? Do you remember that?
Wait, Jesse who? McBride?
Jesse Lewis. Jesse Lewis from the Union and
piano player Jesse Lewis?
He was a guitarist and he had like such like a cool like Brian Blade compositional vibe.
Oh no. I'm pretty sure
James
not.
All Sanders was on drums and Aaron Fletcher.
I remember James very well. I don't remember. Man, it's funny. I don't remember how we met.
I think that's how we met. I think we met at the Firehouse. Yeah, we sat in together, and then we got off the bandstand, and you were like, "Dude, who are you?" And I was like, "Who are you?" And you were like, "Charlie Hayden," and I was like, "Oh my god." That's not exactly how the conversation went, but it was.
It's probably exactly
like
how it went.
We like totally connected, like immediately sitting in and getting off the bandstand, like. What is that street that the House of Blues is on and the Firehouse used to be on? Is that Decatur?
Yeah.
I think it's Decatur. No?
Anyway, I have this vivid memory of us
Decatur, yeah.
jumping up and down and and being like, we got to play music.
That's maybe, but and also, Will, how did we Mark Matt? Is
It could
Mark?
have been somebody else.
I know, but just Andy
On
Scatter
a,
Jazz. Andy Durka.
what about him?
He used to always call me Mark forever. And he was a huge supporter, and he still is, of like the music that we used to do. But he always used to call me Mark. Then I finally told him, hey, my name is Matt. And then, or Matt or Matthew, whatever. And then he used to always just call me Mark Matt. And then I always used to call him Andy Mark Matt. And then, like, man, I hope he's listening right now. Because
No doubt.
I think we were in the streets of somewhere. I don't know if it was New York or Chicago. I think it was probably Chicago. And I saw him. I was like, Andy Mark Matt. And he was like, Mark Matt. I was like, what the fuck? You know? But I think he might be listening right now because someone with the username Scatter Jazz just typed Mark Matt. And I'm sure it's Andy Durka.
Nice, dude. That's great.
But Will, how did we meet?
We met playing at what was it called? The Neutral Ground with Doug Bradford.
Oh, yeah, I remember that gig.
Milton, are you sure is that where we met?
I had met you before then.
Okay.
I had met you before then for sure. Yeah, I met you before we played as a trio.
But so
and
it
like
was you, me, Will, and it was no drummer, right, Will?
I don't remember.
It was an upright piano.
Yeah.
And I think it was trio. Just the three of us.
Okay.
No. Me, Will, and
Doug Bradford.
Doug Bradford. And it was trio with upright piano, right?
Yeah. I don't remember if it was trio or not, but I don't remember anybody else. So I think it was, yeah.
I don't remember.
I think it was.
Yeah. I kind of remember that happening. I thought I was on that gig, but
I feel like maybe you were eventually. I don't know. Man, what the F? I remember a lot of my gigs in college, like the years before that. But I remember, I remember how like this alto player who was like really hot on the scene, like, playing at the Funky Butt all the time.
Is that Aaron?
Aaron who?
Fletcher?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still playing. I feel really bad talking about this in public because I don't know if those
Oh
cats
no,
are
he's
still...
he's doing it, man. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think he moved out to Los Angeles, and I think he's doing well. Last I checked on him.
Great. Andy Mark Matt just said, "Hey Mark Matt, I've been typing this for the last 30 minutes, but for some reason it never goes through." Sorry, Andy. And now you're gonna hear this like an hour from now. I remember meeting Robin Boudreaux. I remember when I met Quinn. I remember our first session at Milton's house. I don't remember the street, but was it on a canal, close to a river?
I thought our first session was in the practice room at UNO. The one where Will played the wrong chord.
Who called it out? What wrong chord? With what song? Remind me, please.
It was.
I don't know.
So we were gonna play a song, and then you called a chord, and then Will played a chord, and you were like, "No, that's the wrong chord." But I love what you just played and the voicing of it, and that's kind of like how I remember the group starting.
You sure that wasn't like the first hang of us deciding to be a trio?
Maybe it was. Maybe it was.
Because I think that might be like when I wrote a tune or something, no? And I was presenting it to the group.
Yeah, maybe like grazing greens or something.
Yes, something like that. But Grazing Greens was super after our first hang, and our
Oh,
first
was
hang
it?
was at your house, and it was you, me, and Will, and you. I'm pretty. I can't remember if you had an upright piano or not already from your mom. I don't think you did. When did she pass?
Okay.
She passed
She
after
passed in like
2002.
three. Yeah, 2003.
No, right. So did you used to have like an older piano in your house for some reason?
I
No.
I think I had the piano when I was living with Sal against the canal,
Exactly, and that's what I'm talking about. You lived against the canal or
where I used to
leve,
have the
or
gumbo. I did all those gumbo parties and stuff.
I didn't do any of those. But you were living. You had a piano. You were by water, and Will and I were there, and some other people were there. There was like two or three or four other people, and maybe Doug was there. I don't know. But somehow that night, you were like playing music on your stereo, and I was like, oh, this is fucking EST or something
Yeah,
that really connected us, and was like, oh yeah, I love EST. I was like, I love that EST, you know, and we kind of like we played that night. I think I
I
I think we had already met, and it was already like we were gonna rehearse whatever. The night came over, and you guys were like smoking and stuff, and you had forgotten that we were gonna have like a legitimate rehearsal or jam. But then we just hung out for a while, and then eventually we played anyway. And that was at the house, and that was my first musical hang, other than jam sessions in New Orleans.
okay.
That was my first time. After I remember when oh, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Stanton Moore had that
Yeah,
weekly at that restaurant. It was like a fish fry restaurant in French Quarter. He
I
sat
don't remember that, dude.
in
I
the
don't remember
corner in the
that.
window. And it was always funky as funky as it could be, and it was like a fish fry place. And then every once in a while, James Alcinders would take over or like sub, or eventually he took over the gig or something. And I used to go there. I never sat in. And Brian, I think, was in that group in that plate. Brian
Seeger.
Seeger was playing guitar a lot in that small group in that fish shop restaurant, and
Hmm.
that was like late 2001. Um, and I was going to all that, but and when we met, I wasn't going to UNO for another few years after that. Few
Oh,
no, but a
oh.
couple, because I wasn't at UNO. I wasn't. I didn't go to UNO for jazz. I did go to UNO. I do have a master's from UNO, but it's not in jazz. And
Right, right.
we had already been to High Mayhem Festival a few times. Really Big was already happening and playing a bunch of shows. WATIV was already a thing. 341 was already a thing. And Will had already left before I started grad school. Like when I was in grad school, none of you guys were in school anymore. You had already finished. Um, Quinn too.
No, I
Tom,
didn't
Sam.
finish until after the storm.
Oh, well, then I never saw you in school.
And either because I got interrupted before me.
Yeah, no, we never like interacted at school.
Yeah,
No,
Never, ever, not once.
it's
Except for like,
forbidden.
I met Quinn at Chris Bates. Chris Bates or
Oh,
Doug?
Chris.
No, 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 no. Sorry, not Chris Bates. Doug's recital. One of Doug's recitals. It was me, Quinn, Doug. Anyway, that's when I met Quinn.
Probably
Maybe was
Matt
it you, Will?
Kleinman. Oh, I played a lot with Matt.
might have been gone by then.
No, no. It was right. This was 2002 for sure. Because that's when I met Quinn.
I don't know though.
I don't think you were there, Will, because I would have remembered. I remembered. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it was Doug. I didn't remember Doug, but I remembered Quinn. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to play with this guy. He was wearing a Led Zeppelin shirt. But that definitely was 2002. When we were playing with Marlena, what's her name?
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm really sorry to
Marlene.
not remember your name if you're out there listening, as I'm sure you are.
Marlena.
That was before Baghdad, but like right before Baghdad, no?
I think so. Yeah,
Will, you
that
have to
makes
talk
sense.
closer to the mic. The mic's, it's an SM58. It's the proximity.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's all my memory is horrible.
No, it definitely was before. I mean, it was definitely before Baghdad, because after Baghdad,
Oh, yeah.
none of us were in the Orleans Museum. I think it was pretty like soonish, before-ish.
Right, because I came back 2 weeks after Katrina.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it was before, but I think it was like. Oh no, I'm thinking of dates of Katrina. I don't remember when you left, what year it was. I mean, what month it was.
I don't either. I think I know I got sent overseas in 2004, but I think I was like pre-mobilized in 2003 or something. So I was gone something.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So
If
it's
anyone
like,
cares, and no one does, what do you want to say, Will?
no, I was just saying it was a all in all, that was a long thing, you know, like
Man, it's
pre-mobilization.
fucking long.
It was like easily 2 years of my life, yeah, easily.
And to that, if I remember correctly, you were supposed to be deployed for 6 months. That was what was left on your contract. And then while you were there, we had the whole thing of stop loss, exactly.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen while I was there. So yeah, it did happen.
Well,
Yeah.
we didn't.
The backdoor draft.
And then
Right.
Robin Boudreau wrote a tune for you
Stop Loss
based
Blues.
on that, Stop Loss Blues. And then also I remember that this is all the inside news, y'all. Y'all gonna write about this. Not you two. You guys know, but all the fans that are listening right now. Will was like, it's really ironic. You're getting a doctorate right now, right? In electronic music science stuff.
I'm working on a PhD in experimental music and digital media.
With computers. You have to use a computer, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much.
So the irony is that when Will was going to be deployed or being deployed, he had very little experience with the computer and music together.
Yeah. But then
he asked his friends what the heck he should buy and bring and take to Baghdad. And I don't know what other people suggested, but I suggested a computer and a Mac. And then I loaded up his computer with a bunch of music. Like, ton of music, but then also random recording sessions of my own, like practice sessions, really, of my own, because I'm a person who I'm constantly improvising. There you go. And if I don't record it or write it down, it's gone forever. And sometimes when I'm practicing / improvising, there's some good ideas. That's one method of my composing. And so I gave Will a bunch of that music, and then he left. He started figuring out his life in his bunker or dorm or whatever, and started figuring out
combat theater
music and computer and electronics and keyboards and MIDI and all this good stuff. And I have no idea how long it was, but he sent me a first tune off of his record that he eventually recorded and released while being an active duty soldier in Baghdad, called Baghdad Music Journal, released on High Mayhem Records. Anyway, he sent me one of the first draft of the first tune, and it was called Golem and he had sampled a couple of my bass lines from a couple of my practice sessions. And I had just gotten the email, and I was at Ziegler Music in Metairie, and I was with a student. I don't think it might have been with Steven. I don't remember, but I was in a lesson teaching. And somehow I was able to pull up the email quickly and, download the tune and listen to it. And it was fucked up because it was like me playing sincerely, because the bass line that I was improvising was sincere to me, and then it was Will playing with me and on top of me from Baghdad, and it fucked me up, and I couldn't help but to start crying in my lesson with that student, and it's still a super dope tune. Not to sell it, but it's super dope.
Yeah.
Dude. And what's fucked up is I think that there's a hip hop artist in Chicago who also sampled that bass line and used it for a hip hop tune. If I remember correctly. I think it was like the main theme was like a D flat up to a major 7 C, if I remember correctly. But
it was a C minor, but I'm not sure.
I remember I used to get phone calls from Will when he was off, and I totally knew like the Iraq number that would be coming in.
I was like from the phone.
That's it. That's it. Right?
I just remember do 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 do.
Oh no, that's the rocking part. I know. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I remember this one.
Yeah,
that's it, isn't it? Okay. Right, it's in B flat.
Wow. And then I remember Will having his mid-tour break and then coming back to New Orleans and us recording those live tracks at UNO.
At UNO studio, yeah, totally. With Robin.
Yep,
with Robin, yeah, exactly.
Robin played some marimba a little bit, I think, because it was just there. And so, yeah, that album has 3 or 4 live quartet tracks.
Wait, yeah, 4 because one of them is Dim Blue Voices, and then 3 improvisational things. Yeah.
Who was the engineer?
I think
Me.
You were the engineer, huh, Matt?
I think also because I was taking Quinn would know this, but I think Brian.
The recording class.
Yeah.
You played a key, yeah.
I think his first name was Brian. He's the most amazing engineer professor.
He was a guitar player, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I was taking the class at the time, so I had full reign over the studio. And Quinn too. I think like once you took his class, you could just, do whatever you want in that studio. As long as you know what you're doing. Because Grilly Biggs did the same thing.
Oh, that's right.
We did the same thing. Me and Quinn or you or whomever engineered a session with Grilly Biggs. We were there at like 8 o'clock at night until 8 o'clock in the morning. At UNO recording. Then I did another session with Tom Sandal, and then also like this temporary girlfriend I had from Maine who was a singer. Can't remember who else was on the session. Yeah, that was such a great situation.
Right.
Yeah. And that was still, I'm pretty sure it was still before I was doing a master's there. Pretty sure. But before I was an actual student. No, because I was taking recording classes. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Boring.
You were always like totally in the music, and like you were a part of like all the music that everybody was doing, but you were so like disconnected too. You were like not a part of like just the classical scene or just because there was such like a a disconnect between the two departments, right? But then you would even go beyond that. You had like the recording thing in addition to like the classical thing, and I remember that.
I mean, you know, gotta play some
Guilty.
free improv music, right? And my main professor of classical music was super not a fan of jazz at all, and we just didn't talk about it. We just
Dr. Sieg.
Dr. Sieg was one of maybe. I mean, he's tied for the first number 3 places of professors for me ever of all time, and he disliked jazz very much. But I wasn't there to learn that from him, you know. So he was one of the best things that's ever happened to me for sure as a musician.
I studied with him when I went to
like jazz.
No, right. I was in his theory class the first time I went to UNO in '95, and Matt Johnson was in that class, and Irvin was in that class. And,
oh snap! Milton, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm a little bit older than y'all, but remember I moved to Santa Fe, and then I stayed in Santa Fe for like 5 years, and then I came back to get my degree, and everybody was like 18, 19 in school. I was like 24.
Okay.
I was like an old man in like, you know, jazz school.
Okay.
24.
So you're what, 43, 44?
About 43, 44.
Okay. But so you went to Dr. C's theory class, and I'm sure it was a general theory class, and I'm sure he was pissed off and dark most of the time.
Yeah, and that's when I talked to Dr. Williams, and she was like, "You're on your own, buddy." So I failed out quickly.
No, I can imagine him by the time I got to him, he wasn't having to teach those classes, right?
Right.
Someone else was maybe Brian Seeger was having to teach those classes at that point in time or something. I don't know.
It was Dr. Nelson. We were talking about him.
Yeah. No, and by the time I got to Dr. C, I had already taken all those classes.
Right.
And,
here I am, like the little 9-finger dyslexic drummer, trying to make my way a couple of times.
No, and he didn't hide his dislike, especially for New Orleans jazz musicians. Actually, not naming names. He wouldn't name names, but you know the certain out of tunedness of certain people just got on his nerves, and he tuned it out. But I didn't care. I wasn't interested in learning that from him. You know, I was already playing in that scene actively, very actively. Really Bigs, QMR Plus, Other Planets. I was doing all that stuff before I started my master's. So
I have a vivid memory of QMR Plus playing at the Hookah Lounge. I know y'all played there quite often when it was happening.
Every Wednesday for, I think, at least a year, maybe more. I don't know. It was a week. It was a Wednesday night weekly gig that we had.
Dope.
It was super dope. We were hired by Elijah Carbonell.
Oh yeah, man. You remember the guy's name?
And Elijah's like a full-time traveler dude. He just travels the world and works from his computer with whatever business he has. And
was Elijah the guy who gave us the gigs at Dragon's Den?
No, that
I remember Proper Bear too.
Yeah, but that was towards the end.
Was it?
Yeah, because he was also booking Hi-Ho.
Yeah. Dude, you got a great memory.
I do not. If Quinn was on this call, he would correct and tell us, where's Quinn?
Yeah, where is Quinn?
The fuck?
Get him in here.
I'm inviting Quinn right now.
Some WATIV Bigs.
Let's see if Quinn's here. Gmail. Let's see if he's around to correct. This is. I'm not like advanced enough. to figure this out. You can play a drum solo while I try to connect Quinn. I can go pee, like Will just did. Actually, let me text him. Let me text. We should have a drum solo. What? You think what?
It was potent but short. What's up, Liv?
I was saying I got to go do some homework. I got a lesson tomorrow. I got to get ready for it.
What? I'm about to try to get Quinn up in here.
Okay. Well, hold on a second. I'm just saying. It's been super lovely.
Well, you're such a sport.
Oh, thank you.
You gotta take care of business and such.
We gotta think of what specific questions we want to ask Quinn, though, when he comes.
Okay.
Your favorite color?
I'm gonna ask him about the tenor drum story. Get that tenor drum. You remember that?
Oh yeah, I do know that. That's from his neighbor, like a kid walking by.
All right, I ain't asking that question. We already told the story.
Well, if we don't get Quinn, it's all good. We'll just guess Quinn's answers as what reality is.
Trying to figure it out exactly.
Well, how are you guys doing with all the isolation?
I kind of like it in some ways.
You fucking do. You fucking do.
I don't like some things about it, obviously.
What don't you like about it?
Well, I mean, I don't like the whole situation altogether.
Of course, no. Of course, I think we can collectively say that sucks.
Just like the isolation tip. I don't like, I miss going places and seeing my friends and playing music,
Totally.
I haven't done that. I mean, I've been playing a lot of solo stuff, like for myself. It's great. It's really fun. But like compared to like how busy I was before this happened, I didn't even realize how busy I was. Like, going to school in Baton Rouge and teaching in Baton Rouge and teaching at Tulane and playing music on the weekends. It was just like, I mean, I'm not a parent like you guys are. So I don't know what that's like, but I was really busy, at least for me, so far in my life.
I will say one positive thing is that I don't know if Milton was doing this before 3 weeks ago when we went live, that Milton's going live a lot more often on cooking. Is that true or not?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of live cooking stuff, man.
And it's fucking great.
Going a little crazy over here, man.
No, it's great.
I gotta figure out how to.
Figure out how to what?
It's a cool way to just keep ourselves entertained and, I don't know, share some stuff with the world. I mean, I don't know. I feel like so often I really don't have that much to offer. I'm sure everybody knows how to make tortillas and masa and fucking.
They don't.
French,
they don't. They don't.
And
they
then
don't.
And then when I hear it, people are like, no, people probably could use some education on the bread or whatever you're doing. And thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's been a little bit outlandish, but we're having a fun time with it.
Hello, Matthew.
I lost you, Matt. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
You're not, and people can like tune in and tune out as they please. So there's a lot of people that want to know, and they can stay watching, and the people that don't give a fuck can peace out and whatever. You know what I mean? It's like real TV.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people who really give a shit about what you're dishing out, literally. No pun intended.
I really feel like it's ironic, man, because like my whole life has been food and music. And then when I put things out about food, people like really react to it. It's not so much that way about music, I have to say.
Well,
You know, it's like it's a different
I mean,
a different thing.
it is different. I mean, I would say that I can't live without music, but people cannot live without food.
Right. Yeah, right. It appeals to so many more people, huh?
It's the same thing with music with words. Because music with words has what everyone can relate to, and that's
Oh
talking.
yeah. Right.
And that's words, you know? In order to listen to instrumental music, you don't have words. You don't have that like thing that you can relate to the most to.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that encouragement.
Yeah, for real. I've been tuning in a lot.
Well, should we play one last tune before Will has to go and do his duties, or should we?
It's poop.
High five.
We can do one more, but I have to pee first. Okay. And there's a bathroom right there.
Very well then, sir.
I'll close the door back. I won't leave it open.
Yeah. It's not that kind of show.
Or is it going to be? There you go. There you go. There you go. Got that one button off. I'll take my one button off. Okay. Okay. You guys chat among yourselves for the entertainment.
Right. Shirt on this.
I'm very white. It's hard to tell if there's an undershirt or not. So you reckon we should start playing without him and then give him a little something to jump into, or should we be polite musicians and wait till he comes back?
What you think?
I said let's go for it. Check this out, Will.
That really is a great sound. That
I can hear you guys.
I want to sample your bass being turned around.
It sounds like, for as how old it is, you know? Ow. This fucking headphone, dude.
I guess flying with that is that even possible?
What?
No bass.
Is it impossible? What?
Flying with it.
To fly.
Fly.
Do I
To
fly
fly
with
bass.
it?
I mean, obviously, you had to get it to Argentina.
No, it works. It works really well, like as like a rowboat, and so
You can still get the whole family on the boat, right?
no, just me. But
Oh,
I did fly with it twice. I flew it from Oakland, California to North Carolina to keep it at my mom's for a long time while I had a different base down here in Argentina. And then a year ago, I decided that I needed my base. And I also own a flight case. I bought one really, really cheap.
Wow.
They're usually super expensive. And I think I bought one when we moved from Rochester, New York to Oakland in a U-Haul. I decided that I wanted to like put my base in the back of a U-Haul that I was driving, but in a flight case. And we found one, I think for $300 or $600. And they usually start at like $2,000. So I bought a flight case when we moved from New York to Oakland, and I had it. And then when we moved from Oakland to Buenos Aires, I was told not to bring it to Buenos Aires because I don't want to say it on air. So I flew it to my mom's house because she had room to store it in an extra closet and have it. And then when I moved to Buenos Aires, I just bought a different base. And then I've been here for 7 years now, 6 years now. And I just decided that I wanted and needed my base. So last either March or May, I was there in March for a wedding and then also like May for a jazz camp teaching. And I just decided to risk it. And so I got the flight case and I flew down with it last year. And so I finally had it for about a year here.
You checked it? You check it when it's in a case like that?
Yeah, you have to. You can't buy a seat for it anymore. What was really
Bin Laden.
What was really good was that when I was in North Carolina, in Raleigh, like checking it, I had already known all the rules and regulations as far as height, weight, all that good shit. I knew that I was gonna have to pay like $50 or whatever. It was already like whatever packaged really well, etc. And I was at the counter, and the lady was like, "Oh, it's too tall." And I was like, "Well, take out your tape measure because it's not. It's perfect. It like fits the requirements. Check on your website. This is your website." I'm showing her on the phone of American Airlines. This is your website telling us the rules. It fits within that. It fits within the weight. I know that I have to pay $50 extra. Not a big deal. I'll do it. But no, you're gonna have to pay some exorbitant amount, like crazy amount of money. I was like, 400, like it was like $500. I was like, hell no, no. And it was crazy. And then I was like, you have to call somebody because you don't know your shit. Call somebody. This is your website. This is your website telling me these rules. This fits all the rules. Call. No. So she called someone, and then someone didn't know, and then she called her manager over. The manager didn't know. Then they called someone American, and the American didn't know. I was like, no one knew what the fuck the rules were. And then like during literally 2 hours at the counter with this lady, she said, "Oh, we just changed the rules right now. Literally right now, and now you can go for free." I was like, "Okay. Peace out, motherfucker. What the fuck, man?" And usually you take your big check-in items to like a certain spot, and I did because I've done it before with something else. I don't remember. Oh, with my base. And usually they want to open it, and I'm like, "Hey, can we open it together? I know I can't touch it." That's what she said. "But can I like watch you do it?" That's what she said. And then whatever. Or that's what he said. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And they were like, "Oh, do you want to go downstairs to the like loading inspection dock?" And I was like, "Yes, I would really love to do that." And I got to go down to the main level of the airfield and got to be with a TSA person, a Homeland Security person, and then the American Airlines person, and we got to inspect it together. They let me open my base, show them, close it, whatever. They were super nice, and then I sent my base off. So that kind of treatment doesn't happen. But then even when you get it at the end of the day, because it transfers hands to, the airlines that aren't, whatever, it doesn't matter. But anyway, I got it and it was fine. So I'm really lucky, and I have my base, and I'll hopefully never have to do it again.
Yeah.
And then I have another base in the shower. The shower that no one uses in the studio, along with 3 other electric bases, but I don't use. But maybe a kid will use. It's a really good base. It's an Argentine base, Argentine-made base that I bought. I think very cheaply, but it's a really, really nice base too. So that was a really super boring story.
No, it wasn't.
It really was. It really was.
All right, y'all. I love y'all. I gotta go.
Go do some homework.
All right, brother. Go make yourself more smarter.
I'm trying, man. It's not easy.
Tell me about it. You gotta play drums.
All right. Talk to y'all soon. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Y'all take care, guys.
Peace, y'all.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.